What up, dog? Y'all already know I go. Make sure you smash like, subscribe, and comment. I don't care what you comment, as long as you comment. Your boy Petty Tupac TV. I got something to say. Over in Africa, and I said this before, but let me get into detail. Over in Africa, Boko Haram and a bunch of other militant groups go out and recruit child soldiers at 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17. And they feed them a crazy ideology. And these boys are very impressionable. Some in fatherless households. Some of their fathers believe in this and lead their children on to believe what they believe. Radical, whatever, right? So they recruit these young boys. They go out, rape, mutilate, torture, kill, all in the name of a cause that we find in normal society, a cause that's just not reasonable. It's no plausible excuse for the behavior. They kill hundreds of people, mutilate, torture, so on and so forth. That thing comes to an end. Their militia comes to an end. The gang, the posse, it comes to an end. They don't send the young boys to prison. They don't send the young boys to death camps. They don't send the young boys to prison and so on. They're not incarcerated. They send them to youth homes, group homes to give them therapy and reform them. Right? They redeemable. Go look up General Booty Butt Naked. He did some crazy shit. He was fighting naked. Go look it up. I'm not joking. Go look up General Booty Butt Naked. He's a pastor at a church now, reformed. People forgave him. Good member of society, I guess. Still got the same capabilities to put together a militia at the drop of a dime. Right? So you got these young boys, they're in these foster homes, these group homes, and they go back out into society and become productive members. Those who can be. And I hear a lot of them are reformed and corrected their thinking and their belief system. Now that they got new information. Over here in America, you got the rap songs. They put to your ear the algorithm on TikTok. They got all the shoot 'em up, bang, bang. The gangs went out into the community and they recruited these young boys. Some young as 8, 9 years old, I heard, join gangs. And they did horrible things. But you get those 15, 16, 17-year-old boys, natural life without parole, then resentence them to 32 years. 40 years, 50 years. When they get out, all they gonna know is the institution. I don't know about you, but I've seen people that only know prison. My Uncle Bobby, the one I'm about to start making skits about, his life, all he knew was prison. All he knew was jail. All he knew was violence. This is what he come up in. This is just second nature to him without thinking. People think you go in these places and live for years and don't bring none of that baggage out, like you just revert back to normal society. Like that's a place that you just go and come back out and revert to normal society. Even people that been down 30, 40 years and come back out and don't get no trouble, they not normal no more. I know plenty of them. You have a conversation with them on the phone, they'll say, hey, yeah, I'm about to go 30 times and keep talking. Homie, all I asked is, did you have some bread next door? And he don't took me through the whole history of how bread was made in America, how the bread is racist, how the bread is bad for you, how you can eat it. Bread can be a holistic medicine, bro. All I ask you is like, bro, I'm running late for work. Can you give me a slice of bread for my sandwich? I don't know if you've ever seen somebody like that, but I have. I've seen plenty of them. What's the difference between Africa and over here? They were killing for a so-called political cause or religious cause. If you look at the word religions, people just embody the same beliefs. A group of people that embody the same ideology. God may be involved, God may not. Who knows? Gang, same thing as a religion. Same thing. Go get in a fight with a Christian in the parking lot of the church and you from another church. They probably gonna jump you. Then want to go beat up your pastor. Where can we take this 32,000 people I got on here? How can we take this to the next level to actually get this in people's hands to look at and think about and sympathize and empathize with? How do we do that? Let me know in the comments. Let me know on Instagram. Petty Tupac TV, Instagram too. I was writing a rap and that just came across me. Tay was 15 years old, hurt my soul. Caught a case, the judge gave him life without parole. He got numbers now though. Been down 15, still got 17 to go. I can't imagine how he feel. Seen him up at Chippewa level 2, he kept it real. Showed me love. And from that day on, all the SMB guys showed me love. It's my true blood. It's too long. Why should you get more time for doing something to a cop than a normal human being? What makes a cop that much more special? Their life's value more than anybody else that lost their life. I don't get it. I'm just trying to figure it out. I do believe people deserve to be in prison. Some people deserve to be in prison. They do. Some people should not. Like I seen the situation where a dude cut a head off and was on video camera talking to it when he was like 15. When he was 8, 9, he was setting fires and killing animals and stuff like that. Okay, I get it. All right, cool. You don't want to give him a second chance in society. I ain't really tripping. Like, but you got a guy get caught up in a robbery or gang banging, retaliation. This man think everything he doing right because the ideology he was fed from the neighborhood. Our OGs, or the guys y'all call OGs, because I don't call them my OGs like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you old or been in stick, you ain't my OG. They misguided these men. The poverty, the conditions, the stuff that was pumped through the speakers, conditioned these men for that. And I'm not making excuses for it. Yes, they should be punished. Cap that thing off at 20. That's still a long time for a guy that's 15 years old, 14 years old. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. Somebody explain it to me. And I know some of y'all don't have enough brains to even put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You just think the way you are or the way you grew up is the way everybody else grew up or what they believe in. Or because you so strong to resist a drug or a certain temptation, everybody else is. That's what y'all think. And it's not the case at all. I seen a good friend of mine, she smoked C, right? And her whole life revolves around getting that C every day. Over everything, every relationship. She'll get beat up 30 times getting down on somebody, and she'll still do it to get that. And I'm like, you don't got enough strength to resist to at least pay your rent? I'm like, but the same way I smoke cigarettes every day, I think like that. The same way I got to smoke some cigarettes every day, a pack. And I be fiending for it. Just imagine what to see. That's 30 times worse. So I try to put myself in other people's shoes. Just like I gotta have women. It's an addiction too. How can we get this platform on to people, governors and councilmen and mayors and so on and so forth? You know, the correctional officers rocking with us. Got a bunch of stuff that after court, after we get clarity on some things, I'm gonna drop that. I got some tickets from people. I got lots of the correctional officers rocking with us. Somebody ran for, I don't want to say no names, but because I don't want to, you know. A few judges, the jail, what do you call it? The deputies at the jails here rocking with us. And I never said a name. Y'all better commend me for that. I know some of y'all was skeptical about talking to me, but I never ever said a name about no information I get. Never, never will. We need, and not saying that these councilmen and people better, but they just in a better position to help with what I got going on, unless you got a connection directly to them. I'm not saying they better than the correctional officers and the deputies and the police officers that talk to me. I just think it's just too much time for these young boys, man. And they got to raise that from 17 to at least 25, because we know the male brain don't develop fully till around 25 years old. And you got to consider the environment. You have to consider the environment. I'm going to leave y'all with this, right? Imagine a kid. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a real example. I was just going to make up something. It's this one guy. We're gonna say his name, Reginald. It's a bunch of Reginalds. It's no specific what I'm talking about. So don't just assume. A guy named Reginald. His mother used to make him have intercourse with her girlfriends and their boyfriends. He did at 7, 8 years old. He was going through this. Beat. He told a story about how he used to go to school and he couldn't sit down because he got wore out all night. She would keep him up to 4 in the morning, get molested, go to sleep, wake up at 8 and go to school and be at school by 8:30. Same clothes every day, made fun of. Had a speech impediment that he never got worked on, made fun of about that. Dirty clothes, smelling like urine, right? Bullied. Bullied up until he was like 13 and could start really fighting back. In and out of youth homes, doing petty crimes, stealing out of stores, running away, truant from school, learning disability. Teachers called him stupid. Beat up throughout the... Taught to fight, started fighting, joined the gang, because that felt like it was his only family. Gang misused him, told him go do this, go do that. Then they turn on him. Beat him up when he wouldn't do this, or didn't do this right, or didn't hit that lick, or was scared to do this. Go to juvenile, get assaulted. Every way you can think of. Told he was nothing. Up until he was, 17, 18 years old. No education, no hustle, no skills, no social skills. Can't get a girl to save his life. What type of man you think that is now? What type of man you think that is? I'm just wondering. He damn near destined for violence. He destined to blow up on somebody. He destined to go to prison. He don't know how to function on the lowest level no more. He go out and do something stupid. Is his upbringing not considered? Documented that he was molested and sexually assaulted all his life and in and out of youth homes and different foster homes getting assaulted. Give him 40, 50 years for armed robbery. I think he got 40 years. It's sad to me when I sit up here and think about it, man. Petty Tupac, Detroit Koran, coming out hopefully this week. Peace and blessings be upon y'all, Big Five. More merch in the link. Peace and blessings be to all y'all, Big Five. Big Mobile, not a Milani.